And I
Okay.
was like, hey, this is definitely something that we could probably bring to Reno, but let's check things out. Because I've been through really, really bad startups and really, really great startups. And I kind of was familiar with what to look for. So I just told her, I was like, we'll call them. We'll see if, it's even open for us in Northern Nevada. And then if the wins are in our sales, we'll just keep going. And then from that point, it was the wins were very much in our sales. KidStrong HQ team was they blew me out of the water. I was so impressed by what they presented to us when we went to Discovery Day, and it took us about a year and a half to go from, do we want to sign the FDD? Which, if anybody's watching this and you guys are considering franchises, that's a very big portion, and you'll be very familiar with that. But we was like, do we want to sign this? To doors were open and we had members. It was about a year and a half.
Okay. And when you first heard of KidStrong, were you already seriously thinking about owning a business, or was it just that beginning point when you had your first kid and you were starting to think through kind of your guys' career and lifestyles? And did KidStrong happen right after that, or was it a couple of years and you'd been doing some passive research? Or walk me through that part of when you started seriously thinking about, hey, I'm going to take the leap and look at business ownership more seriously.
Yeah, it was a slow grow. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
I think our daughter turned about 2, and we realized like, wow, she's non-athletic. She's like a little drunk person and like very unfamiliar with her body, and like we need to get her into something. And we had started looking into programs. Looked at all the regular stuff, swimming and gymnastics, and what other programs we had in Reno. And we were kind of considering different things. Didn't really honestly look at franchising too much. Like KidStrong was really the very first franchise that we looked into, and the one that we inevitably jumped into pretty quickly. But it was like just little tiny discussions, and I would say more so probably me annoying my wife with like
What about this? What
what are
about
we
that?
really yeah what are we really doing? What's the goal? Like, are we just gonna grind away, make a paycheck, get to retirement, and then like that's it? Or do we want to do something that we're just like super excited about? Something that provides us the opportunity to give us more time to spend with our kids. Because when you're working a 9 to 5, you're there 9 to 5. Sometimes you're there a lot longer. You're kind of, it's a different tied to the hip, a very consistent. But yeah, it was about 2.5 years to answer your question of like just me kind of bothering her challenging me on the things that I was like thinking that we could do, and then her presenting me with Kid Strong and being like, "What about this?" And honestly, it was her excitement and just the mesh of like it just everything made sense and clicked. It was something that we needed to pursue.
Something you said has got me thinking about, I think we all have a friend or family members that we talk to at Christmas or holidays or catching up over a coffee or a beer, and it's like, I'm really thinking about doing my own thing, but I don't know where to start. And I think it's when someone, and correct me if you think this is wrong, but it's like when a family or when a partnership or couples or an individual start to think like, I want to do something like this, and it's top of mind constantly, that all these opportunities start to kind of like pop up because you're actually like, whether you're looking for it,
Yeah.
intentionally or not, you're thinking about it, and so things start to pop up. And I'm curious, do you think that's what happened with your wife and you with KidStrong? It's like you already were looking a little bit, and it was top of mind, and so then these opportunities started to jump out at you.
Oh, 100%. You can call it the law of attraction. Just what you think about, what you bring about. I think if we hadn't really been having the discussion, I don't think she would have looked at it in the same way, like the same light. She probably would have seen it and thought it was really cool. Wish we would have gotten it. But if I hadn't been kind of like talking about business ownership and really, really thinking about it and like me looking for stuff, I don't think that moment would have happened. That's just an
You man,
assumption, but yeah.
you manifested it.
Yep.
What was so you shared how you guys got into it and how KidStrong came about. I love the KidStrong team too. I can attest. I mean, so my previous business was a laundromat franchise, that I'm still involved with, but KidStrong is a sister company. We share the same investor, and so I got to know the team there fairly well. And you nailed it. The all around very thoughtful, sharp, kind, just good people. And I can see exactly why when you started to go through the process, why you were blown away and why it was, a no-brainer or an easy decision for you. It's a really good business, good mission, great people behind it. Got the the trifecta happening there. I was going to ask, was there ever, a moment where you and your wife thought, all right, we're 100% doing this? Like, did it just like you guys looked at each other and you just knew, or was it this kind of like, hey, well, we have to learn this next, or we need to do this next, and it was kind of a slow build, or was there a moment where you just knew like we're doing this?
There wasn't a light bulb moment. We didn't have one of those. It was kind of similar to us looking into it. It's kind of a slow grow. We did it very methodically. We asked all the questions without dragging it out and really like overthinking it. Because once you start doing that, you just snowball, and sometimes you just scare yourself out of actually making that final decision. But we definitely went through the motions of like doing the video screenings. For whatever reason, every single step we did, we were actually traveling to go to a wedding. So when we did the initial phone call with KidStrong, we were at a wedding in Phoenix, and we were like, hey, there's 2 KidStrongs here. Let's just stop by and take a look. And then when we were presented with the FDD and did the legal review and did all that, like over a span of a couple months, we went to a wedding in Indiana. And that's actually when we signed the FDD. If there was ever a moment where there was like a light bulb of like, okay, we're doing this, it was actually while we were traveling for that wedding. We had the FDD in front of us. We had a nice long talk and was like, are we sure about this? We've done our due diligence. We had a bottle of wine, and we signed the documents, celebrated in our own little way. And then that was it. Like we were locked in.
Oh, it's amazing.
Introducing Franzi, where your entrepreneurial journey begins with clarity, not chaos. Our AI-powered Franzi Fit Score analyzes thousands of data points to unlock franchise matches that are truly perfect for you. See what matters to you at a glance. Investment ranges, potential earnings, available territories. Visit franzi.com today. Your perfect franchise match is waiting. Franzi, own your future.